Welcome to the presentation, Extend Your Lead Online. My name is Bob Ingram. My company is the Paramount Group.us. We do internet marketing, website design, graphic design. We're located here in Satellite Beach, Florida. We're going to do a short presentation on how mobile is changing the way we search online, some of the tools that I use to help with Google visibility, some SEO tools, and how you can combine organic search and paid search to help increase traffic to your website. Some of the key takeaways that we'll talk about. The first one is a micro moment, and this is kind of a new term defining what is really happening with people searching on mobile and how it is changing the way they're making their decisions. We'll discover that mobile has actually passed desktop in search. Some of the tools that I use to help with SEO, some free tools offered by Google, and finally, some paid advertising options. A micro moment is a new term that I've heard about just from listening to the presentations that I've heard from Google about what is happening and how smartphones are changing the way we're searching on the internet and the decisions that we're making on what to do, what to buy, all the neat features that we can get from our phones. The number 2 definition down there is the one that I really connect with: the intent-rich moment when decisions are being made, our preferences are being shaped. In those moments, we typically have our phone in our hand and we just discovered something. What are we using our phones for, and how often do we use them? 68% of us check our phone within 15 minutes of waking up. 87% of millennials have their phone with them all the time. Day and night, they keep them on their nightstand, never without their phone. And 82% of us use our phones, consult our phones when we're making decisions about what we want to buy. The devices that we use now, we use desktop computers. We're used to using desktop computers. We've had them around a long time. Something new, kind of new to the market, is tablets. 35% of us now have tablets. 85% of us either have a smartphone or a mobile phone. Well, Google announced that searches on mobile have passed the number of searches on desktop. This was in 10 countries, and U.S. was included in one of those countries that happened. Some of the things that we use our phones for, we look for them for inspiration. We discover things online. We compare the choices that we have online. We seek advice with our phones. Maybe we're looking at reviews of a product that we're going to buy or a company that we want to use. We research the products that we're going to buy either online or offline. We check our phones 150 times a day, and we spend about 177 minutes per day on our phone. I hope I have convinced you that mobile websites are important in today's mobile intensive environment. Some of the favorite tools that I use for search engine optimization: Google Analytics. I also use Google Search Console. And the SEO tool I particularly like is one from a company called Moz. First, we'll go over Google Analytics. When you just look at your basic report out of Google Analytics, that I use is the audience overview. And I think we're all used to seeing this: the number of users that came to the site, number of sessions, maybe that user came more than once, how many pages were looked at, the bounce rate. The bounce is if somebody comes to my site, doesn't do anything at all, and they leave without interacting with the site at all. That's a bounce. And then how long did they stay on the site? The longer they stay, a measurement of engagement. They're reading something on my site or they're interacting with the site. Now, if you don't like the standard views of the dashboards that come with Google Analytics, you can create your own custom dashboard and just focus on maybe the metrics that are really important to you. Maybe all those metrics are not that important. There's certain things that you really want to see every day. You can also get demographics. You can get whether male, female, age, interest. To get these interest and demographics reporting, though, you do need to update your privacy policy because it will be using cookies. One of the most helpful features for me for identifying either problems on the site or maybe pages that are doing exceptionally well is I like to look at the user flow. The users come in, here they're coming in on the left-hand side, they're coming in from the United States. That's the only ones I really care about. Do they go to my main homepage? That's just the slash. Or did they go to one of my mobile pages? From there, where did they go onto the website? Which page did they go to? The red is the users leaving the website. So the more it stays green, the better. And the more interactions, the better. So they went to one page, and then they went to a second page, and then they went to a third page. If they're skipping a page, maybe there's something wrong with the page. Maybe they have a link wrong, or it's just not that interesting, and that's an area that we could use to focus on to fix the website. Google Analytics also offers a browser extension. You just put it right in your browser. You don't even have to launch the Analytics dashboard page. Click the extension. You already have your web page open, and it shows you the analytics just for that page. For example, here we're seeing page views at 198, unique page views. What also is kind of neat, you can see real time how many users are on your site. And I like the bubbles that show what part of the website people are clicking on the most. The next tool that I'm going to move into is the Google Search Console. Some of my favorite features of the Search Console, it helps you monitor and maintain your site. It can help you check for problems. You set your preferred domain, whether it be the www version or the non-W version. One of the features that I like seeing is the HTML improvements. It'll tell you right there what Google is finding on your site. Maybe you have duplicate meta descriptions. You made a page, you copied it, changed the content, but you forgot to change the description. For me, mostly that occurs in the blog. What I find is the hidden gem in the Search Console is the search query report. What that contains is the user query. What did they type in when they were looking for something on the website or something on the internet? Let's say they typed in $99 websites. So I had 10 impressions for that. And an impression is, my website showed up on the search engine results page 10 times. But of those 10 times, somebody clicked on my site one time. So that gave me a click-through rate of 10%. Click-through rate is clicks divided by impressions. So typically the higher the click-through rate, the better. I look for trends here. For example, the logo design Melbourne, that has a really good click-through rate. And I said, well, it has a good click-through rate. Maybe it's a service that we should focus on more. And finally, some of the features. This is not all the features that Google Search Console has, but these are the features that I like the most. Mobile usability, keywords, and the ability to monitor your site for spam and malware. Mobile usability is just like the HTML for the desktop site. It tells you, some of the features that you should be looking at on your mobile site that could make the user experience better. They're saying the font size is too small. Maybe the touch elements are too close together. When you push it with your finger, you may activate two buttons instead of one button. It shows you the keywords that that Google's finding when it searched your site. So it searched your site, and these are the keywords that it came up with most often. You look for surprises there, and if there's keywords that you're trying to rank for but aren't there, you might want to focus more in that area. The Search Console also gives you a warning if it finds malware or spam on your site. And from that, it gives you a link to maybe some resources that you can use to go to help fix your site. Page speed is how fast does your page load. Typically, we would like to see our page loaded at either 1 second or less, hopefully. Page speed is how fast do our websites load. Typically today, we get impatient if our websites don't load within 1 second. For example, my mobile site, my page showing my page speed is a little low, and it gives me some recommendation fixes that I can use to help to increase the speed. just as an example, I also put in Google.com and Amazon.com. The Moz bar, this is an SEO tool that I use. And just like the analytics extension, this Moz has an extension that goes right into your browser. You have your web page open, you click it. In this case, it's showing me on that page itself the URL, the page title, the meta description. Page title and meta description, areas that I would really want to work on and make sure those are top notch. Meta keywords not used as much anymore. They were important back in the day, and now Google and Bing go right into your website to get those keywords, and then meta keywords are not really used anymore. The H1 tag, when you're writing a paper, the title of the article is important, or maybe it's the title of the page is important. What's the most important item on that page should be your H1 tag. Google offers some free services that really help small businesses, and this is called Google My Business. It's a Google Plus page, and it helps you tell Google about your business. This is the cover of my Google Plus page. Here, an example, I put in my own artwork. On the left-hand side, I put in my address, my website, my phone number, my hours of operation. Those are all controlled by me, and I'm telling Google, I'm the business owner, and this is the information I want you to show about my company. It also gives you the ability to preview what you look like in Google search. For example, these are what it finds for me for Google search. It also gives you the ability to preview what you look like in Google Maps. That picture of the building, that's the picture that I submitted, not from the Google car that drives by every so often. So you have the ability to submit your own pictures with Google My Business dashboard. It gives you a view what you look like on Google Plus. That shouldn't be a surprise for you because you're making a Google Plus post and you see them right away. But these are just some sample posts that I made. Google My Business offers a dashboard where the Google Plus page is the front end. Just like your website, the Google My Business page also offers a dashboard to show the back end statistics, what's happening on your Google Plus page. This back end is only visible to you, the owner or the manager, and not visible to the public. So it gives you some key insights, views on Google Plus, Google Search, and Google Maps. These are not website visits. It also tells you how many reviews that have been written about you on Google. You can also link your Google Analytics card to your Google Plus page. In this case, it's a quick view of some key statistics from your analytics page. And these are the visits to your website. So these Google Analytics are the number of visitors coming to the site. You can also link your YouTube account. In my case, we don't use AdWords Express. We use the full AdWords. So when we dig a little bit deeper into that insights, and I wanted to see all those views, I had 3542 total views, but of those, 149 came from the search, 57 from the Google Plus page, 622 from posts. But for me, most of my views came from the photos that You could also drill down into your post a little bit more. In this case, the reach at 10.6, we see a spike there. That was when we were over at Adobe Max and made a post and some success there. You can actually drill down into the actual posts themselves and see which ones are getting you success and which ones aren't. Most successful for me recently was the ones at Adobe Max. It also gives you a view of phone calls that are coming in, not from your website, in this case from my company, but from another company that I borrowed just to show as an example. One of the key things that Google My Business can give you is the ability to respond to reviews that have been written about your company on Google. So in this case, you can see the review, you can go in and respond to it. And it's important to respond to the reviews, both negative reviews and good reviews. If it's a good review, thank the person, and if it's a bad review, respond appropriately, because that is going to be visible to the public. So how you respond to those mistakes is important also. We've used these tools to help improve our organic ranking, got ourselves entered in Google My Business, and we still want more traffic to our site. Here's what we can do. We can advertise with AdWords to get more traffic to the website, and then AdWords offers us 4 different ways to advertise. These are for people searching for a particular product or particular service. They type it into the search bar. If your keywords match their phrase that they typed in, your ad will likely show. And here's an example of what you would look like on Google search. So the top 3 companies on the left-hand side, those are all paid ads. And you can tell a paid ad with the yellow square with the AD in it. And then if you look on the right-hand side, it says ads, and all those ones down the right-hand side are also ads. The organic ads are coming up here in the what we call now the snack pack. Used to be we called it the 7-pack, where you would see 7. Now we're seeing 3, and if at all possible, it's great to be in that 3. And if you're not, that snack pack does accordion up. There's a button at the bottom. You click that, and you can see the rest of the businesses that fall under that category. You advertise on Google Search, and now you want to augment and advertise on Google Display. Ads like the one above, like here, Insightly is shown as a banner ad. It gives you convenient ability to make your own ads. In this case, it's just some stock artwork in the AdWords designer that I used. Display ads can also be text ads. They don't have to be graphic ads. You can display on the Google Shopping Network. With Google Shopping, you would upload your database you can also advertise on YouTube. That's my presentation. I'm Bob Ingram, president of the Paramount Group. Barbara Ingram is my wife. She does the graphic design. She does most of the website design. And then Corla is our daughter. She also has skills in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop.